As usual, we start our day with some acid rain. Our makeshift shelter in the post-apocalyptic Amazon barely protected us from the dangerous downpour. It was just another day surviving in this barren wasteland. But of course, our group of 5, myself, Chelsea, Jordan, Santiago, and Caroline, were not your average survivors. Somehow, we were the only ones to have gained superpowers after the nuclear war. We had stumbled upon a strange meteorite that had fallen during the night of the attack, and its radiation had given us abilities that we could barely comprehend. Chelsea could fly, Jordan had the ability to turn invisible, Santiago was able to conjure fire with a thought, Caroline could control minds, and I had gained super strength. But as we found out soon enough, our powers were a double-edged sword. The surviving humans had all mutated into a new strain of super zombies, tearing apart any non-mutated beings they come across. We had to be careful, and we always were. As we prepared to leave the shelter and continue our scouting mission in search of any survivors, we noticed a strange, eerie silence that enveloped the air. It was too silent, almost as if nothing was alive around us. But we shrugged it off. As usual, we clutched our weapons tightly as we journeyed into the unknown. Chelsea led the way, using her aerial scouting abilities to find any signs of life. Jordan, always the watchful spy, kept us safe with his invisibility. Santiago conjured a small flame in the palm of his hand, illuminating our path. It was then that we heard the haunting sounds. It was unlike anything we had heard before, almost otherworldly. It was coming from ahead of us, and we cautiously moved forward, weapons at the ready. Everything was eerily quiet, except for the chirping of insects and the rustling of leaves underfoot. We looked at each other uneasily, our superpowers momentarily forgotten. We had prepared for the danger of the zombies, but we hadn't expected the Amazon to be like this. It was like entering an entirely different world. Suddenly, a low growl broke the silence, coming from behind a dense thicket of bushes. We instinctively huddled together, muscles tensed. We had never heard something quite like this before, and our training hadn't prepared us for every possible scenario. I took the lead. I stepped towards the bushes and peered inside, eyes widening in shock. "What is it?" asked Chelsea, the one who could fly, hovering behind him. Before I could answer, the creature exploded out of the foliage, sending me hurtling backwards with a swipe of its clawed hands. The others barely had time to react as the monster bore down upon them, with thick fur and bristling spines covering its hulking form. The creature snarled, revealing a mouth full of razor-sharp teeth, and lunged towards Santiago, the one who could control fire. Santiago closed his eyes and concentrated, summoning flames to envelop the creature. But to his horror, the flames didn't seem to touch it, merely fizzling out as though hitting an invisible barrier. We all exchanged a worried glance, realizing they were facing something far beyond our knowledge. We readied ourselves for a battle we had never seen before, hoping our combined superpowers would be enough to help us survive the horrors of the post-apocalyptic Amazon. The creature circled around the friends, its eyes locked on them hungrily. Its movements were quick and agile, almost feline. It reminded Jordan of a jaguar, but with spikes covering its body. Jordan, the one with invisibility, slowly backed away, hoping to surprise the creature if it came too close. As the monster lunged towards me, I raised my fists, ready to fight it head-on. I powered up my strength, feeling the muscles in my arm bulging as I landed a super punch to the creature's jaw. But the monster was too quick, smoothly dodging the attack and retaliating with a swipe of its claws that sent me crashing to the ground. We knew we had to act fast. Our powers had no effect on the mysterious creature, and we were running out of time. Santiago had an idea and called out to the others. "Guys, we need to work together." Santiago created a distraction with his flames. "Chelsea, take Caroline up and try to flank it from above while Caroline tries to control its mind," Santiago orders. We sprang into action, Santiago creating a wall of fire to distract the monster, Chelsea carrying Caroline into the air, and Jordan moving with stealth to gain an advantage. As they approached from different angles, they could see the creature struggling to respond to all the attacks at once. With a roar, the monster lunged towards me, as I had just risen to my feet. The others looked on, horrified, but just before the creature's claws could connect with my face, Santiago unleashed a massive fireball that engulfed the monster entirely. The creature writhed and howled in pain as the flames consumed it. We expected the monster to die, but to our shock and surprise, it emerged from the flames, looking even stronger and more determined than before.